just got a hold of some more practice LANTITE questions, so I'm just going to be going through a few of those. Yeah, just let me know if you've got any questions in the comments below. I'll try and go through this somewhat quickly because I do have work in a little bit. All right, question 1A. 24.9 million, 5.8 million live in Victoria. What percentage of them live in Victoria? Well, you know, a fifth of 25 is 5, so it's a little bit more than that. And I know that 1/5 equals 20%. So we're already looking at a little bit more than that. So it's just about whether it's less than 25 or it's towards 30. Now, 25% I know as 1/4. It's 25 out of 100, of course, is a quarter when we simplify. So it's just about knowing some of these fractions off by heart. So a quarter of 25, I can do 25.0 as an example, and divide that by 4. 4 into 2 doesn't work. 4 into 25 is 6, remainder 1. 4 into 10 is 2, remainder 2. So 6.25 million would be 25%. So it's a little bit less than that. So I'm pretty happy to say that it's B. It's more than a fifth, because a fifth of 25 million of 25 would be 5 million. It's more than that. It's more than 5 million. It's less than 6.25. So yeah, 20, 20 and 25. Next one, 290,000 out of 930,000. What percentage of the population live in these type of households? So it's just saying what is 290 out of 930. 930 looks to me like 93, and 290 looks like 29, which is close to 30. 30 out of 90 is about a third, and a third is 33.3% recurring. That's what a third of 100 would be, you know? If you cut $100 into 3 even parts, that's what it'll be, about $33.33 each. So already it's looking like C, but let's check for sure. If I want to get 10% of this, I've just got to divide by 10. So instead of it being 930,000, move the decimal place 1 across to make it 93,000. And then that's where the decimal place has gone, from there to there. So that's 10%, which equals 1/10. If I have 3 of those, 3 times 90,000 is 270,000. 3 times 30,000 will be 3 times 3,000 is 9,000. 9 plus the 270 will make 279,000. So that's my 30%, because that's 3 lots of 1/10, which is 3/10. So it is slightly more than 30%. So I'm pretty happy to say it would be about 31-ish%. I'm very happy to say it's that. Okay, let's see if we can do the next one a little bit faster. 1.2 million, and there's 380,000. How many are working part-time? So 400,000 would be, out of 1.2 million, is the same as 4 out of 12, which we should hopefully know is a third, and a third, like we said, is 33%. Because this is slightly less, I'm happy to say that this is slightly less than 33.3%, which means I'm guessing it's probably at about 30%. If it was going to be closer to a quarter, like this one is, then it would have to be a quarter of 1.2 million. You know, a quarter of 12 is 3, it'd be close to 300,000. Actually, it would be exactly 300,000. So this is quite a bit more than that. We're definitely at C. Next one, 5.2, 1.5 live in rural. What is the percentage that live in rural areas? 1.5 out of 52. So if I do, that's 1.5 million out of 52. I can't really simplify that much, except if I did have like this, I could simplify it to that. But it's slightly different. But either way, we can sort of see that it's a little bit less than a third. 3/15s are 45, not 52. So it's a bit less than a third. So it's got to be probably towards this. But to know for sure if it's 20 or 30, we can just divide by 10. So 5.2 million divided by 10 would be 520,000. So that's 10%. Two lots of 10% will obviously be double that. So that 1.04 million, that's 20%, and three lots of this one. So just multiplying all these numbers by 3. 3 times 5 will make 15, 3 times 2 will make 6, and then everything else the same. So that's 30%. And we can see where it falls. It's very close to 30. Okay. The country has 7.1 and 5.7 live in the major cities, which is the closest approximation of those who don't live in the cities. So that means we're only actually talking about 1.4 million, because 7.1 million take 5.7 will leave you with 1.4. So 1.4 out of the 7.1. Yeah, I can tell just by looking at it what the answer is. But again, if you don't know, just use the 10% and work from there. So 10% of 7.1 million will be 710,000. That's 10%. How many of those 710,000s do I need until I get to 1.4 million? Well, you only need 2 of them. 2 lots of 10%, add them together, and that will get you extremely close to the 1.4 million. It's really close to 20%. Yeah, it'll be just under 20%. That equals 20%, obviously. We've added 10 plus 10. Okay. Next one. I have a country has 7.2 and 2.1 live in rural areas. What's the ones that don't live in rural areas? So again, 7.2 take your 2.1 gets you 4.9, I believe. Oh, sorry, wrong way around. 5.1. So now we're looking at 51 out of 72. Again, you can just, you know that it's going to be more than half. Half of 7.2 will be 3.6. So these are both wrong. So it's just about whether it's 60 or 70. If it was 70, then we're getting pretty close to 3/4. I know that 72, I can half that to make 3.6 million. That's my 50%. Halve it again, and that's my 25%, 1.8 million. Add them together, it will be 5.4 million, will be my 75%. Because it's 5.1, it's showing that it's a little bit less than 75, but not really that much less. So I'm pretty confident it's close to 70. But again, I can confirm if I just figure out the 10% and then multiply by 6, 10% is going to be 720,000 times by 6. 6 times 700,000 will be 4.2 million. And 6 times the 20,000 will give me 120,000. And everything else is insignificant. 4.32 million. So yeah, it's definitely, it's quite a ways away from that. Well, it's pretty close to 75. 70 will be the answer. Okay, over here, 930,000, 2% lived in a visitor-only household. How many Western Australians live in these types of households? Well, we know how to get 1% by just moving the decimal 2 places across. So it's just a tenth of what 10% is, a tenth twice, you know? Move the decimal place once for 10%. Move it once for 10%. Move it twice for 1%. Because we're dividing by 100. 100 has 2 zeros, so we do 2 jumps. So we end up getting 9,300. That's 1%. And 2% is going to be double that. So that's 18,600. Of the 2.5 million surveyed, 3% said this. So again, we're doing the same thing. 1% of 2.5 million means that the decimal place goes 1, 2, 25,000, and 3 lots of 25,000 to get me 3 lots of 25,000 to get 3 lots of 1%, which makes 3%, is 75,000. 43,000 attended football match, only 20% supporters. How many of the supporters? 20% is a fifth. And a fifth is of 43,000. You can just divide by 5 I already know what the answer is, but so will you very soon. 5 into 43 is 8, remainder 3. 5 into 30 is 6. So 8,600. Okay. Same thing for the next one. 25% I know is a quarter, so I can just divide 36,000 by 4. Don't really even have to do the maths, you should just know your times tables. What times 4 equals 36? It's 9. And then don't forget your 3 zeros on the end. The following table is results of the Olympics. So the results of the Olympics. Runner in lane 9, Blake, was faster than lane 7. No, false. The lower time means faster. The runner who finished 5th was in lane 3. And yeah, I looked at this a bit earlier and I know that that's the case. So Bolt finished 1st. 2nd is Gatlin. 3rd is DeGrasse. 4th is Johan Blake. And 5th is Simbine. So yes, that one is true. How are times tables in the previous question recorded? Or how the times in the table? Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Well, it goes obviously to hundredths of a second. 10th of a second is the first thing, and hundredths is the next one. Hopefully that's clear enough. So just in case that bottom question of the last one wasn't visible, that's what I did for it. Figure out 10%, 10%, double it to get 20%. Just wasn't sure if it would have shown up on the camera. It's too into the maths. All right. So Luke jumped 5.2 meters. Well, Winner jumped 5.5. The meters have been done to the nearest 10th of a meter. Time in a running race recorded as 14, 15. For accuracy, this has been again to the nearest hundredths of a second. Richard buys 5 buckets of popcorn at $6.50 each with a $50 note. How much change will he get? 5 times 6 is $30. 5 times 0.5 will be $2.50. So $32.50 is what he paid, and you can just use subtraction to work that one out. And that will get me, if you want to just do it properly. See, I can cross out these and make that 49, and then 1, 10, 5, 9, 7, 4, 1. That's just a quicker way of doing it. Okay, 3 cartons of milk at $2.30 each, so that already is $6.90, and pays with $20 note. So 20, take $6.90. I'll show you the more traditional way. 0 take 0, 0 take 9 doesn't work. They can't borrow from there. Borrow from this one. Now you borrow from that one. And then you get 10, 1, decimal, 9, 6, 3, 13, 10. Okay, 5 ice creams for $2.30, pays with a 20. 5 times 2.30, 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 30 will be $1.50. Add them together, you get $11.50. 20 take $11.50. I'm going to go back to my old method again. Actually, I'm going to go to the method of just looking at it and getting the answer. $8.50 will be our answer. Milk is bought in 3 bottles, and then 150 mils is used for each child's cereal at a daycare center. How many children does one 3-liter bottle serve? So 3 liters, and it's 150 for each. So I guess you've just got to look at how many times does 150 fit into 3,000, and we can cross out zeros that are common to them just to simplify the question. It's just dividing both answers by 10. So how many times does 15 fit into 300? 15 doesn't fit into 3. It does fit twice into 30, and 0 times there. So 20 is our answer. Milk is bought in 2-liter bottles, 100 ml for each. How many bottles would be needed to serve 60 children? Well, 60 times 100 ml per child will be 6 times 1. We'll put the 6, and then you just add an extra 0 to the zeros that are already there. So we need 6,000 mils. They're 2-liter bottles, so you'll need 3 lots of 2-liter bottles to get your 6 liters. Hopefully you know that 6 divided by 3 is 2. Okay, a deli purchases sell 2.8 kilo bags, and then they sell them in 400 gram tubs. How many tubs can they fill from each bag of salad? So we just got to put it in like terms, the same units. I'm changing my 2.8 kilos into 2,800 grams. It's 400 grams per tub. So again, I'm doing the same as before. How many times does 400 fit into 2,800? This time I can cancel a lot more zeros. 1, 1, 2, 2. 4 into 28, 7. A box of cereal weighs 600 grams. If Lisa buys a carton containing 10 boxes, how much will it weigh in kilograms? Yeah, we're just going to use the 600. I'm just going to ignore that last part at the end. But yeah, it's just 10 times 600 equals 6,000 grams. And hopefully we know that there's 1,000 grams in kilograms. So we just got to divide by 1,000. It's the same as going, meters to kilometers, there's 1,000 of them. Grams to kilograms, there's 1,000. Bottom one now. A brick weighs 2.4 kilos and a pallet contains 1,000 bricks. How much will 2 pallets weigh together in kilograms? So this is what we call irrelevant information. Actually, oh no, I'm wrong. Ignore me. Trying to go too fast. Brick weighs 2.4, pallet has 1,000 of them. So 2.4 times 1,000 will obviously be 2,400. And you know that because what would have happened would have been the decimal place would have moved 3 times across from 2.4 all the way to 2,400 because there's 3 zeros here. So it's 2,400 kilos each, and 2 pallets will be 2 lots of 2,400. So that's 2 lots, 4,800 kilograms. Hopefully that one is easy enough. And question 12. The university has 3 faculties. If 1/4 of students study in health and science, H and S is 1/4. 2/3 study in humanities. 2/3. Rubbish. And no students study more than one faculty, then how many are in the business? So I've just got to add these two. So a couple of different ways you can do it. If you know your fractions, you'll be able to solve it very easily, but either way, you just got to get it in like terms. The easiest way to get it in like terms when you've got 2 fractions is just to multiply them by each other, the denominators. So if I get 2/3 and multiply that one by 4, while the other one is 1/4, and I'm trying to add these fractions together, by the way. And 1/4, I'll multiply that one by 3. So this one multiplies by that denominator, this fraction multiplies by that denominator. That will end up getting you 8/12. This one is 3/12. Oops, plus 3/12. And obviously that's 11/12. How much is left? There is 1/12. The other way you could have got it was if you're really good with what your decimals are. I know that this is 0.25. I know that this one is, 0.66. Yeah, you add them together and you'll get obviously a pretty high number. 90, 91 or thereabouts. And you should know that, this one is 0.33, this one. And obviously if you get 0.913 or thereabouts, yeah, it's got to be a very, very small number. This one I know is 4/7 is 0.57 roughly, and this one is 0.42 roughly. So yeah, we needed a very small number, like around the 0.08 mark, which is what the 12th is. All right, so that's done. I guess I could check my answers just very quickly, make sure I haven't butchered it. So yeah, that's B and C and C and B. 3A is B, 3B is D, 4A is C, 4B is B, 5A, 8,600, 9,000 for 5B, folds true, 7A is C, 7B. I won't do the marking for the next time. I'll just have a look in my own time. 13, 10, 850, 20, 3 of them, 7, 6 kilo, 4800, and A, I haven't circled it, but yeah. All right, hopefully that was helpful. If you've got any questions, yeah, just let me know and leave them in the comments below. Thank you so much for your time.